urban population will grow by 2.5 billion people in the next 2 decades. At the same time, cities face many unpredictable changes, which are caused by technological disruptions, social changes, environmental problems, and so on. Yet, to plan the future of our cities, we still use completely obsolete documents, like this one. It's about hundreds of pages of text and maps, which are really hard to comprehend, let alone imagine how the city will actually look like based on these regulations. I'm sure that you can agree with me that this is completely unacceptable for the 21st century, and we need to move on. That's why we have developed Modular, which is an application which takes these documents and converts them into an interactive 3D solution space. Let me show you what I mean. As you can see here, when we move the building, when we design, it's adapted to the local regulations automatically. So I don't have to constantly check if something is in line with regulations or not. I can easily validate different design alternatives, and the system will also let me know if something is not in line with regulations. We have proved that using our method, the work can be done a lot faster and more accurately. But maybe even more important, it's also a lot more transparent, because everybody can understand what the rules mean. Since the establishment of our company at the beginning of this year, we have gathered first customers which come from around the world. And they prove that there is a future and usability in our tool. So it's a very good validation. They are mostly from 2 segments, from municipalities and from large architectural companies. But we now need to move on. What we are seeking now is an angel investment to help us scale up our business, and we need partners to spread the word and to get the pilot project going on. We all care about the food we eat and the water we drink. We all care about the air we breathe. But do we care about the space we live in? In order to ensure high quality environment, we need to make better urban planning, which is the first and most important process that deals with the space. And in order to do so, we need to employ new technologies. I'm sure that you can agree with me that our tool can make it happen and that we need to modernize it. So please help us spread the word about it to make urban planning more understandable, transparent, and accessible to everybody. Thank you.
Okay, just a few questions that you have already working prototype of this software, or
it's not a prototype, it's also already a working product, okay, which as every software needs improvements.
Okay, but what kind of improvements do you need to do? But of course, there's how I understood that we have this so-called BIM planning systems,
BIM,
and you are somehow connected with this.
I understand. Yeah. BIM is completely different because it's architectural scale. Yeah. So it's for separate buildings. What we are doing here is urban planning and urban design, which is building masses and squares and streetscapes and larger scale. So it's completely different than BIM. And then on the other hand, what we need to improve, there are many things to improve. For example, we can add some computational fluid mechanics into it to calculate the winds. We could do solar estimation and many other things that are relevant.
Okay, and your clients are local municipalities or planners? Or?
Also, yeah. Yes. We have 2 main segments. Okay. One are architectural offices who use it to design the development. We are talking about 5 up to 100 hectares size. And the other segment are municipalities which use to validate the data which is brought to them by developers or architects. They need to check if it's in line with the regulation also before they grant a building permit.
And last question, what is your main marketing channel?
At the moment, we are selling our through the web platform, but we are also working with value-added resellers because the customers we deal with, they are big companies who usually buy through their IT service, which is outsourced company. So these are also the important channels for us to keep in touch with.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.